the Pledge of Allegiance.
Calderon. Here. Murphy.
Here.
Phipps.
Here.
Rediger. Here. Straley. Saunders. Here.
Section 3.01 is approval of the agenda. Before we vote on that, I need to amend the agenda to remove item 806. It will need to come back next month. So can I get a motion to approve the amended agenda?
I'll move.
Second.
Calderon.
Yes.
Murphy.
Yes.
Phipps.
Yes.
Rediger.
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. Item number 302, action items from closed session. We have closed session minutes from February 26, 2025. Does anyone have any amendments? Hearing none, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Murphy.
Yes.
Phipps.
Yes.
Rediger.
Yes.
Calderon.
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. Section 4, communications. We have a lot of people recognized today, so we are going to start with the recognition of the Chatham Chargers. Do we have a coach here who can? Perfect. Oh, there.
There's several coaches here, actually.
Okay, perfect. We have a stack of certificates, and if you want to just sort of read their name and what they are being recognized for, we'll ask them to come up here and stand. We'll try to get everyone up here, so when your name is called, please stay up here. It's for everyone who goes through this recognition process, and we will try to get a picture as best as we can. It's crowded, so we may have to have some people like come up here, because this is also a really good stuff.
Yeah, so we have three teams. So
Yeah.
our junior team
Yep.
got third in state for Special Olympics. Our high school team got first in state for the 5th time. And our Chatham Chargers white adult team got
Yes.
first in state multiple times too. I don't even know.
Yeah, we've
already.
had first place for 3 of the last 4 years.
Yeah, we got that. All right.
Awesome.
Yes. Here, so how about I just hand it, Ty's not here, he's not here, DJ's not here, Tyler. So these guys are kind of a mix too of teams. Tyler, is Owen here?
Owen's here.
Come on up, Owen.
Oh,
Are you gonna stand up? Austin got a gold medal in basketball skills. Princess, come on up. Princess, what place did you get in skills?
What place did
What place did you get? That was the assignment. There you go. Go there, okay. Okay, Francis Piper, Francis.
Go on up here, buddy.
7th place in skills. Is Tyler here? I don't think so, he's skills too. Georgia Troll is on our junior team. Jeremy Whartonby is not here. That's Zayden, Carter Voss. These guys are our junior team. Elijah Miller. Kala Inen, Kala's on our junior team.
Go away.
Nathan Nelson's on our junior team. Nora Lyons.
Go away.
Junior team. Hunter Hughes, junior team. Hunter Voss. Hannah Anderson, Soren. That's all our junior team. All right, here's our manager, Lucas Homa. And
No.
some of our high school team, Billy Groton, this is his first year playing on our gold medal team. We're so happy to have him. Orlando Johnson. Orlando is an awesome basketball player. This is his 3rd year.
orange juice?
Charlie got, it's also his first year on our gold medal team.
There you go, Austin.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and behind, because we'll get a picture. Aiden Kiefer, our point guard, he's not here. Dylan Lewis. Caleb. It's been quite a while. Okay, on our adult team, Christian Clam, gold medal adult team. Chelsea Keegan. Emily, no, Kellen.
Kellen's not here.
Bryce.
Bryce is here.
Bryce, come on up, buddy. Justin. Come on, Justin. And Jacob's not here. Thank you. Lucas, you want to come up for a picture? Come on, buddy.
I got it. We're gonna take a picture. Yeah, hi, how are you? Come on, let's scoot you in. Come on, Coach.
So we'll let the parents get the pictures and then we'll let our communications
Can you get us all in there?
You're all right? All right, guys.
Hey, Matt.
Congrats. Thank you. All right, no problem. Hey, congratulations. Yeah.
Come on, Edward. Hey, look, it's turn it over. I don't know, let's go find out. Come on.
I know you're
You guys are doing a team, though.
Yeah, work your way through here, mate.
No time to go.
Guys.
I'll be back.
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead. Step up, yep. Austin, step up.
I know. I knew he would trip up with my legs itchy.
Go ahead, buddy.
Summer is so itchy.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know. You gotta put a finger on your ankle now.
If you're in the back and you'd like a seat, we invite you to come up now. And they're like, basketball not move up. Thank you guys. Thank you.
All right, moving on to item 4.02, recognition of GHS IHSA 3A boys basketball, state fourth place. You wanna take the floor and say something?
Looks like I have the floor. A little late now. You guys, let's have these guys stand up. All right, I'll address you guys, address everybody, but first of all, thank you for having us tonight. I was asked a question here at a press conference last week, and they said, what did this fourth place finish in this trophy mean to your program? And I thought about it for a second, and I thought there's much more than our program here at stake. It's everybody that played for us, it's everybody that coached for us, it's the community from the barber shop to the grocery store, to the student body, to sitting here, the electricity and the energy and just the joy. I've got a 7-year-old brother, and he hadn't hugged me in who knows how long. Won a game the other day, and he gave me a hug and says, "I love you." I said, and it's amazing what 5 games that these guys did at the end of the year, with the electricity and the joy and just the school spirit and everything came together. I'm just so proud of these guys. They set out to do, or they had a goal and they set out and they accomplished it. One more game than I thought we were gonna get, but I'm so happy for this program. I'm so happy for these kids. Thanks everybody, thanks parents, thanks the community, student body, everybody. It was a magical run, thrilled to death, and it'll be a team, and the times that these guys had, the memories they've made, and the times that they had, they'll remember them forever. So again, thank you very much.
Just call their names,
Okay.
we'll have you do the same thing, come in, stand up here, or maybe back, you guys definitely stand back here.
All right. Cameron Appenzell. Manuel. Jonathan Helm. Mason Marshall. Mason Newman. Robert Simmons. Blake Willen. Lloyd Green. Jack Turner. Matt Cantrell. Jason Carter. Glenn Osborne. Hugo Locke. And Cohen Reed and Cole Woodward, they couldn't make it tonight. One was sick and the other had basketball practice down in St. Louis. So again, guys, thank you very much. Appreciate what you've done in community. Again, everybody that made this season possible, thank you very much. It was a special year.
Thank you.
All right, we will all look this way and get pictures. We'll let the parents go first, and then
But
we'll
not
let
on
our
chairs.
communications, yeah, don't stand on chairs. And then we'll let our communications director. All right. Good, everybody got one? All right, congratulations.
I think Blake said it's all one.
It should be. Big jump.
All right, section 4.03 is recognition of Key Club awards. Perfect.
Hello. Alright, go up front like everyone's doing.
Well, you'll have certificates to give them too, but if you want to say anything about like what they've accomplished, we would love to hear that.
Absolutely. All right, yes, we've got some wonderful students here that love to reach out in the community. They like to represent their school well. They also like to go and be part of conventions where they get to impart wisdom on other future key clubbers as well. They really, really like to help out the community. They help out at the school all the time as well. So they're just a good representative of what we have here. They are our future leaders. Like what you guys see here, that's what they're doing in our classrooms. They're putting on their own little board meetings, and they count on each other to be there. So these are our future leaders. They are doing a wonderful job, and they represent our community very well. So we're very proud to have them in our Key Club. So it is an amazing thing that she represents us, and she is our governor.
All right, so once they get up here, we'll do the same thing. If there are parents in the audience that want pictures, we will get you first, and then our communications director. All right. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, section 4.04 is recognition of our CACC students of the month for January and February.
Okay, first, William Brockway for Auto Tech 1. Beckett Klutz for Building Trades. Right here. Natalia Shepard-Russ for Cosmetology. Maya Ross, Culinary Arts. Sophia Montgomery for Electronics and Engineering. Severin Gotzelenko for Law Enforcement. Bradley Tedrow for Law Enforcement. Loss of consciousness. Okay. Cecilia Leva, nursing assistant. Carly Baker, work-based learning. Skylar Mearhar for photography. Zachary Busby for audio-visual production. Bennett Nolan for building trades. Anima Promprasit for graphic arts. Caden Weiss for HVAC. Cooper Tedrow for law enforcement again. And Caden Skelton for work-based learning.
All right, do the same thing. We'll look this way, smile for the parents, and then we'll get our comms director.
Congrats.
All right, section 4.05 is recognition of GHS state wrestlers. Do you have any pictures here? Yep. Perfect.
So I was hoping that we can do junior high and high school together.
Wonderful.
So we have 4 representatives. We'll go junior high first. We have Owen McGee, finished 6th place this year. Come on up. Walk around. Go around me. It's fine. It's fine. Owen got 6th place at 167, which is a really hard weight class for a 7th grader. He's still pretty new to the sport and just coming up. That's huge for the junior high program. Having people that are returning state placers, hopefully turn into state champions. Our 155-pound state champion junior high is Pierce Helm. Pierce is one of those kids that we're really excited to get. We had his brother in high school, and I coached his brother in junior high as well. So I know exactly what I'm going to get from Pierce because he's got that headspace, he's got that leadership, and bringing back another state championship is huge for us. So we're excited to get him in the high school room and see what we can get out of Pierce. At the high school for girls, we have Jenna Tuxhorn. Jenna is our 145-pound third place finisher. Jenna was a sectional champion, got to the state semifinals, lost a heartbreaker. And the hardest thing that you can do is bounce back from those matches and finish with third place. It's really easy to kind of check out and go get sixth and just kind of, take what you can get, but getting third is the hardest thing to do in a state tournament. So she did it the hard way, and we're really proud of her, and we get her back next year, and we're going to get a state championship next year. Our 285-pound state champion is Cody Moss. I personally love having multi-sport athletes on our team because I know that we're going to get kids like Cody Moss that, as a dynamic athlete and as a student, we know that we're going to get quality people in the room, and they're going to bring their friends with them, and we're going to get the best product and put that on the mat and then return that product into good people. So out of the 4 people we have here today, I wish we had more to kind of flaunt, but I'm really proud of these kids that, we get all of them back, Cody and Jenna, and then we're going to get these junior high kids, and we're going to get some more bracket boards and signs outside of town. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. You want to join, Coach? You want to be in the picture?
Oh, God.
So we'll look forward, get the parents, and then. One more.
Sorry, God. Get on the chair.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Alright, so that was 405 and 406. All right, item number 4.07 is IASB recognition of Dr. Rudiger, our board secretary. So the Illinois Association of School Boards has a program and process where boards can earn recognition, which we talked about before, that this board has earned for the first time. But Andrea has also gotten an individual recognition, and you get this recognition by devoting to learning and attending events hosted by IASB, both outside of the district and within the district. So she has achieved this recognition. It's called Established Board Leader. And so we got the certificate in the mail, and so we just want to recognize that she has put in the work to really serve this district in a meaningful way and has earned this individual recognition. So congratulations, Andrea.
Madam President, can I just say a word?
Yeah.
I've said it before, and I just want to say it again now, since she's receiving this honor. Andrea is the hardest working school board member I've worked with since I've been on the board, and this is so well deserved, so congratulations, Andrea.
Thank you.
Nice work.
I guess I'll just echo what Pat said. There's a lot of hours. I know the community knows that it's a big sacrifice to serve in a volunteer role like a school board member, and so we all put in a lot of hours. But Andrea goes above and beyond to attend trainings that are not required, meetings that are not required, workshops, webinars, the list goes on. And so I just can't imagine how she fits it in her schedule, because I know she has an extremely busy work schedule and home schedule as well. So really can't tell you how much I appreciate the time you put in to be just an extraordinary board member, and how much you contribute to our success as a board. So thank you, Andrea, and congratulations.
Thank you, Laura. I love this work. I love it. It's an
Shows.
honor. And I'm just so thankful I've had the opportunity.
All right, before we cry. 4.08 is an opportunity for visitors to address the school board concerning any agenda topic. will move to section 5, consent agenda items. Is there anything that anyone would like to pull? All right, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda items?
So moved.
Second.
Phipps,
Yes.
Rediger,
Yes.
Calderon,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. Section 6 is personnel consent agenda items. Is there anything that anyone would like to pull? All right, hearing none, can I get a motion to approve?
Second.
Rediger,
Yes.
Calderon,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. Section 7.01 is the honor roll dismissal of the team leaders. Can I get a motion to approve?
Just
Yep,
have
go
a
ahead.
question
Yep.
first. So we do this is annual, it's not because we wanna replace them, we just do it on an annual basis, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Just wanted to clarify. I'm happy to make a motion to approve.
Perfect, thank you.
I'll second it.
Calderon,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Rediger,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. Section 8.01, statewide waivers for Title I.
This is an annual agenda item that we're required to seek board approval, to be able to request a waiver from the targeted assistance program from Title I and actually ask for the approval for school-wide programming at our 3 elementary schools. It allows us more flexibility to be able to serve all students. And again, I'm seeking approval to be able to submit this school-wide waiver on behalf of the district to the state.
Anyone have any questions? All right, can I get a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Second.
Murphy,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Rediger,
Yes.
Calderon,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. 8.02 is the dish machine bid for GHS.
So our recommendation is to go with, for the flight type dish machine at GHS, is to go with DM Hope out of Mackinac, Illinois. It is a higher bid than some of the ones listed, but it's local compared to the lower bids, which are over 300 miles away from us, and we never had a working relationship with them. So our recommendation is go with DM Hope for the flight type dish machine at GHS.
Anyone have any questions?
And Chad, do we have a relationship with them already? And we work with
Yeah,
them?
yeah, they've provided quite a bit of equipment for us over the years.
Been happy with them?
Oh, yeah, yeah, great customer service.
Can you tell me what flight type is?
So, it's like a conveyor machine, where some dish machines, you put a basket in, and it does that one load, you push it out. This one just constantly pushes it through, and it's probably, I don't know, 15, 20 feet long. It's a pretty big one, high capacity for the high school.
Any other questions? All right, can I get a motion to approve the dish machine for GHS?
I'll move.
Second.
Phipps,
Yes.
Rediger,
Yes.
Calderon,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. 8.03 is just dish machine for GMS.
So our recommendation is to go with MJ Kellner. Again, same situation as the prior bid. There are some bids lower, but they are not a local business that we've ever done business with, whereas MJ Kellner, we've got a working relationship and history with good service from them. So our recommendation is to go with MJ Kellner for the GMS dish machine.
Any questions?
Just curious, because the one we just approved was with DM Hope, and they're so similar and very close in comparison. I was just curious as why we didn't go with the same company for the 2 new machines.
It's not gonna make a price difference. They weren't based on volume or both of them getting one of them, getting both bids. And since Hope and MJ Kellner are both considered local,
Just supporting both.
that truly is the lowest local bid for MJ Kellner. I mean, I realize we're talking dollars, but it truly is the lower local bid out of the two. And again, we've had a good working relationship with both companies over the years, trying to do business, and we can trust both of them, so.
Do they come in and install?
Installation is gonna be done separate, that's all these companies, they are not authorized installers of these dish machines, so the only authorized installer in the area is Eichenauer. So that will be the company that actually install the dish machine. This is for the actual price of the equipment and for delivery to each location.
Okay.
So are they, it's for the installation as well, you said the price?
No,
It does not.
installation
So-
is gonna be a separate
Right,
process.
so what's the approximate cost for that? Do you know?
Approximate cost for the current one we're talking about is approximately $6,700, barring any major issues. And then for the GHS dish machine, it's expensive, but it's estimated at approximately $26,900, and that's actually ESI and Champion have already been out to inspect GHS because there's some special accommodations they have to make, and they're actually custom fitting some ductwork for us at no additional charge. So, but like I said, ESI is the only authorized dealer or installer of Champion dish machines in the area.
I think you mentioned this at your update the last time you talked about how difficult it would be to get the new dish machine into GHS.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite the job.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
What would be the shelf life for roughly both machines?
Well, I mean, the dish machine that's been in the high school is the original one.
Wow, 20
So how long
plus.
has the high school been open?
20 plus.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, one.
Yeah, so it's gotten its use, and Mike's team and the repair guys, they've done the best they can to maintain both those machines. The good thing is these bids also include, in the price of the equipment, they include water softening system, because that's partly what wears down our equipment is the Chatham water. So hopefully with this water softening system, we'll extend the life, or keep the life as long as we can get.
Any other questions? All right, can I get a motion to approve?
Second.
Rediger.
Yes.
Phipps.
Yes.
Murphy.
Yes.
Calderon.
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. Thanks, Chad.
You're welcome.
Section 8.04 is renewal of the IHSA membership.
So we do this annually. They issue the Constitution, bylaws, and terms and conditions for IHSA, and it necessitates a board approval annually that we will abide by the procedures and guidelines and policies of the association.
Any questions, comments? All right, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Phipps.
Yes.
Murphy.
Yes.
Calderon.
Yes.
Rediger.
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. Section 8.05 is the renewal of the IESA membership.
Same thing, just different organization. So one's for high school and one is for our, it says elementary, but it's our GIS and GMS. It was covered by that organization.
Any questions or comments? All right, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Murphy.
Yes.
Calderon.
Yes.
Rediger.
Yes.
Phipps.
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. 8.06 was removed for this month. It will come back next month. So we will move on to 8.07, which is the resurfacing for GNS parking lot.
Yes, ma'am. So we have first of all, we'll talk about the dollars. We have a picture of the actual property itself, so I can kind of explain this. Different lots around the building are gonna be treated differently and handled differently. So the base bid for this project is $1,574,900. Both of these projects, you'll see next month,
they all came in higher than what we anticipated. I think it's just cost of living and just everything else is it's just crazy, but, so alternate bid number one was to reseal the south lot, which is the main lot that everybody goes into. Everybody drives into, and you go into doors A and B on the south side of the building. So that was installed about 3 or 4 years ago, but we did put in a bid to reseal that, and the price of that resealing was $17,800. So we chose not to do it. Doesn't really need to be done, but we wanted to see what it was gonna cost to do. It's still in really, really good shape. That's a lot there on the south side. The next alternate bid was to concrete so originally we were gonna asphalt that ring road, which is on the west side. The loop in the back, that's the bus turnaround. So originally we were gonna asphalt that, but we opted to concrete it because it still gets all kinds of bus traffic back there. So the wear and tear on that with asphalt is just gonna be, all it's gonna do is tear it up within, 7 to 10 years, something like that. So the cost of that portion of the project is $56,343. With a 5% contingency, architectural fees of $136,910. So what we did, would you put the picture back up, please? On the north side of the building, see where those vehicles are parked on the north side of the building? On the far side of the building, those are my general maintenance vehicles. Part of this bid was to remove that asphalt right there and go back with concrete. Well, that's not really necessary because it's only dealing with light vehicles. It's not dealing with anything heavy. So we value engineered that portion of it out to save some money. So we actually, the number we value engineered out was $157,853. So we lessened that bid by that much money. So the total amount for this project is $1,636,409, and that's what I'm recommending that we approve tonight to get this project started. It's scheduled to start on May 29th, or the first week in June, one of the two, with a substantial completion of August 1st. It's a lot of work in a very, very short amount of time. But another thing I wanted to say, that east lot over there between the field where all the cars are parked on the east side, right now that's asphalt. And what happens is buses go in there about halfway down that lot. They take a right turn inside there and turn left, and then they go around for the bus pickup, if anybody's seen that. So that lot right now is asphalt right now. So we're gonna go back in with concrete. And then on the south side of that same lot, we're just gonna go in with concrete. It's a lighter weight concrete, cost savings. But on the north side of that lot right there, definitely needs concrete. If you've ever driven through it, it's pretty big if you've ever driven through it. So the concrete portion will stop all of that, and it's got like a 50-year lifespan of the concrete. So you won't have, none of us will ever have to worry about it, that's for sure. So I'm asking for board approval for $1,636,409 to get this project going.
Did you expect more bidders?
I'm sorry?
Did you expect more than 2 groups to bid?
We had 3 at the pre-bid meeting, and 2's a pretty good number. There's not a lot of local companies that can really handle something this size. So it's like your auto bombs and people like that. They were actually at the pre-bid, they didn't bid it. So between auto bomb and these 2 companies, Kenny and Hard Surfacing, they're about the biggest guys in town.
So given the length of the estimated time of this project and the limited time we have to complete it before school start, between school ending and school starting, what do we do? I mean, I'm thinking back to the track project and how that didn't get completed when we anticipated. What is our process? What can we do to ensure that they stay on track with this project so that it's not, August, whatever date we start next year, 14th, 15th? Because that's not a lot of.
It's not, but this is a big project, but it's not really a big project for a concrete company.
Okay.
So we're just gonna stay on them. That's really all we can do. And I don't anticipate any challenges here. I didn't anticipate challenges on the track over there, but when I saw that they waited so long to get started, then I became concerned. But that was more because they waited so long to get started, and weather, and there was a lot of factors in that. Weather doesn't necessarily bother concrete. So we're just gonna have to watch it. That's really all we can do.
Okay.
Any other questions?
strategy of like thinking through like what absolutely needs to be done first to make sure there's the least disruption
Well,
to like at the start of the school
And we've
year.
done that.
Yeah.
So the biggest challenge anytime you do concrete work is the cure time. It has to have a certain amount of cure time before you can put the weight of a bus on it. And I think it's, I wanna say it's 21 days or something. I can't remember exactly right off the top of my head, but, so yeah, we will work on those sections first, so we do get to cure time. I do remember, one of my first major projects here was the bus laneage at Glenwood Middle School, and the cure times were, we made it, but it was very, very close. It just depends, because I mean, they're pouring a foot of concrete, so you're waiting on that concrete to cure enough to handle the weight of buses, so. You can just core drill it and test it, that's really all you can do, and it's based on temperatures and all kinds of things, there's a lot of factors there. But yeah, they will do that east lot first, absolutely.
Any other questions or comments? All right, can I get a motion to approve that bid?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Oh, second,
Sorry.
sorry.
Can't do this.
Oh, did she say second?
She said it's fine. I'm just sitting right next to her, so I heard her.
Calderon,
Yes.
Rediger, Phipps,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. All right, 8.08 is the second reading of press policies. Is there anything that anyone would like to pull? All right, hearing none, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved. Second. I heard you.
Sorry, thank you. Rediger,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Calderon,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes. Section 9, communications. 9.01 is the communications department update. Welcome.
Yes. Yeah, it's been, hard to believe, but it's been a year. I think it was the March board meeting last year is when I was approved for this position, so.
Congratulations.
It has flown by, thank you. Yeah, this time last year I was in Omaha, Nebraska, getting ready for a March Madness NCAA basketball game. So a little different, flash forward a year, but really excited to be here and just excited to be here in my community and outline our communications plan so we can go ahead and get started, starting with the communications plan that was completed. Completed it back earlier this year in January. It's about 40 pages long, that is currently being reviewed. Sections included in it: goals, website, social media, crisis communications, communication with internal and external, communication within the Board of Education, and branding. And branding is logos that are acceptable, unacceptable. I maybe saw one or two in the state basketball run. That isn't, but for the most part, it was the Block G, and we were good to go there. And then really, first few of these sections I'm going to go and break down here and go in depth further, but that is in the communication plan. So we'll start with crisis communications. With that, so you guys have obviously reviewed the crisis plan already, put together by that committee led by Randy Allen, our Director of Safety and Security. But each potential situation with that crisis plan also has a communications template and component in it. Some were completed before I got here, and then there's a good portion, probably about half or so, that I came in addition reviewing the other ones, added and made sure that we had those in the crisis plan. So my role, communications department's role, if a crisis were to happen, is to assist with communications to the district community, to parents, staff, and students. Obviously, some communications would come from the principal level or from Dr. Lehman, but in any way that I can assist with that and help coordinate that overall plan is what I would do. And then also what I do all year round, manage media relations and public statements coming from the district. So now to a little bit more fun stuff, social media. I try to get out in the community as much as possible. I guess because I'm used to working at different events, that's the fun part to me, is getting out to different, whether it's, obviously the basketball run was great, but there's so many great things in the classroom, so I try to get to school during the school day, as much as possible. Our fine arts are top notch, obviously, as you know. So I try to highlight as much stuff as I can. Can't be everywhere, but I also try to have a balance that is shown as well, so it doesn't lean to one activity more than another. So just to break down some of the numbers, I'm happy to say these all have increased since I got here last year. And this is unfortunately, I tried to go back and reach out to Meta and their customer support, sometimes. So the data only went to September 1st, so roughly 6 months. I wanted to go for full year, couldn't quite get that figured out. But Facebook, we're up to nearly 3,000 followers. Views in that last 6 months range is at 973,000. The reach, which I'll explain the difference with the reach. So reach compared to views is unique users that see the content once. So that's unique. So you could have someone, someone's grandma goes on there and wants to see it again, 8 times a week or whatever. That doesn't count in the reach. Reach is unique users. And then content interactions, which is, again, what we're trying to build with the community. So that's comments and actually clicking the like or the share button as well. That is what content interactions is. So then for Instagram, our 2,500 followers, that's obviously where you'll have more students that are active there. Facebook's where you're gonna have the parents. And then views, again, happy with 711,000. Reach is just south of 30,000. And then content interactions is at 33. So a lot more people interacting, putting it on their stories, things like that. So that's a breakdown. And then X, formerly known as Twitter, we have 2.2 thousand. I don't have the stats from that, but we do get significantly less interaction and views there's just less people sort of within our base that are on there consistently. But I have found that still to get information out there, there is enough that it still is important, because that's actually trying to build that back up, because that platform was completely abandoned before I got here. So I've been trying to get it known that we're back on there as well.
This is really quickly. And
yeah,
so
go ahead.
X is, when you're talking about X content, that's just like you on behalf of the district.
Yes.
And not like
the different pages.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like that does not include.
Like
I think that might be some good homework for me going forward, but that does not include the boys basketball account after or the athletics account that Caitlin Moody operates. It does not include all of that. This is strictly, and that's going to blend. You have me clarify that. This is strictly Ball-Chatham 5's handles.
So to that point, and I don't think you're a big enough department to take on.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you looking around you?
Yeah.
We have interns, if anybody wants to, yeah.
But I don't think you're a big enough department to take on all of the school accounts and different, but I would love to see some, I don't know, just discussion, coordination, oversight a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you do a phenomenal job spreading the wealth of various activities and, academic accomplishments and other things going on in the schools. I'm really impressed with how well you're balancing that. Sometimes the schools, and this is not to be critical because they have a lot on their plates too, so I don't even know who's doing it. I don't want to know. I just know that it might be good to at least have a discussion about it, because sometimes I think they aren't as balanced.
No, agreed. And I think so that is another thing that I try when you talk about balance of content. I try to balance schools as much as I can too. You're naturally going to have more things and more events that are going on, high school, middle school. So I'm constantly looking through the newsletters that come in from the elementary schools, and all 6 of our principals and all of the staffs there are incredible. So if I can't make something, then they share it to me or they give me a heads up on it. But yeah, that is something that when I first got here, went and met with principals of all those schools, And I think that's a good point, maybe a check-in, here or there, just to make sure we got
Yeah,
everything
I
covered.
think they try to, this is not me trying to.
Totally understand, yeah.
Cause I think it's a big job, and, social media management in general is a big job, and I said this when Betsy presented to us, either our first or second year on the board. I said, not that I'm one to wanna just spend a lot of extra money, but I really feel like the communications department could use, at least a part-time person to help with social media. Although we wanna make sure that we can trust the content, so that's important too. Not just putting anyone to post on our behalf you gotta trust who's doing the posting. But that job is so huge, and then we're expecting our director to also be responsible for the broader communications plan and the implementation of the communications plan, which social media is just one aspect of that. So it's just food for thought. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm rolling off the board in a month or so, and so I just want to put that out there. I think board should really consider, administration board should really consider, is it worthwhile to pursue another position within the communications department to help manage that?
And/or internships. I've regularly said that there's enough universities in our community that we could be partnering with someone and offer like a communications internship. This is a skill set that a lot of young people, one, already have. But then two, how can we further develop it in a way that says like this is how you do it on behalf of an organization versus how you do it on behalf of like yourself. Like they already have this skill set. So how do we sort of like hone in on the skill set and interest that they already have in a way that's mutually beneficial, because they get college credit or whatever, and we get our social media managed and your time freed up as well.
Yeah.
So there's so many creative solutions, I think, as well, that just require, using relationship, like building and using relationships that already exist in the community.
Absolutely, and that's something that I've done already working in college athletic departments previously, is we have had student workers, interns, graduate assistants that I've worked with, and just the, you're representing the team here, here's how we do it, have fun, but, within reason, type of thing, here's a template, and what have you. So that's, and I was a graduate assistant, got my master's paid for that way, so I'm all for that. I'm all for that, and all for some help as well, so I think that's a great suggestion. So we'll move on to another, no, absolutely, now hey, I'm gonna try not to ram, I'm gonna keep it on the track. So working with media, I am a primary liaison between the media and the district staff, students, and the school board. So you talk about building relationships, that is something that I've tried to do since getting here, coming from athletics and then coming here to the school district. It's a relationship business, it's a people business with everybody. And so you build that trust with the media, and so I've been trying to build those relationships up as much as possible, and just so you have that mutual trust that goes both ways and can really pay dividends in the long run. So with that, it's distributing press releases, haven't needed to do too many of them, which I like, but when needed, do that. Also alert media to e-learning days and school closures. Log into the portal there. I got all the passwords now, and so I can get onto those and make sure we show up on the ticker, as well as the newscasts. And then this is something that I've talked with Dr. Lehman about, and it goes back to the building relationships part too, is pitching story ideas to media instead. Now, sometimes you can be helped out by an incredible run the state, and sports athletics is, they have a sports department, so they're naturally gonna have people already covering and already at those events. So how else can we get positive ideas and some positive stories coming out of our buildings, because there are so many of them. We have so many talented, incredible teachers, staff, students. How do we highlight their stories? That really, when it comes down to it, I think that's my main job and something that I really take pride in. So one example put on there was the Legacy Store, which if you guys are not aware, I think some of you were there at the ribbon cutting, but Mary C. and her class did a terrific job with, they opened up a storefront where they make their own clothing, and I have a few coasters in my office now, and they just do an incredible job, not just making everything, but then selling it and designing it and everything with that. So they had a big ribbon cutting. I worked with predecessor of Betsy Schroeder, the Chamber of Commerce, came in, did a big ribbon cutting, and got the media to come out. We had News Radio, WTAX, News Channel 20, SGR. So we were able to get some good press coming from that. So I'm looking to pitch more story ideas, and obviously depends on the news day. Sometimes they're gonna be looking for something, and other times they're gonna be backed up a little bit. So it just ebbs and flows with that. But I've been trying to follow those trends, and I was really encouraged that they came out with a good turnout for the opening of the Legacy Store. We can go on to the newsletter, which has been reinstated and revamped just a little bit. It's distributed digitally via an app called Gipper, which is on email. Gipper is what I design it in, and it's actually a company that got the recommendation from Caitlin Moody, so I have to give her a shout out. She uses it for some of the graphics that they put out on social media, on the athletics social media accounts. She's like, hey, they have a newsletter thing now, and edition, and checked it out, and it's super easy to use, very user-friendly, both when you're editing it and also when you're viewing it, and it just looks sharp, and you have a lot of freedom to edit a lot of things on that when others are limited. So I've been really happy with that, and Caitlin lets me log into there and make the newsletter, and we're good to go. So 8 editions per school year. There are a couple of months that we combine, and we're just in school less, and there's just, for lack of a better term, less things going on. But we do have 8 per year. We always have a message right up from the top from Dr. Lehman, and then dip into other initiatives that we are doing throughout the district. So digital citizenship, the portrait of a graduate, and portrait of an educator focus. Then we try to highlight a department each time, and upcoming dates, events, and then if there is anything else that we want to get the word out about, we'll include into the newsletter as well. So that's what we have done with that, and then go to the nice looking ahead. Our website is currently with Wix, and at the time it was great, but now I think over time there have been other platforms that didn't even, and companies that didn't even exist when we created the website, which with Wix is designed about the best way a Wix website can be designed. But now you have these companies that all they do is school districts, school websites, and communications. So I have been in talks with a few of those. We're exploring a new website provider. Right now, rough target date would be winter of 2026, because IT will have to help with this lift, and they have a lot going on in the summers. So just figuring out when everybody has the bandwidth to accomplish it, because it will be a heavy lift. It's one of those where they do help in the transition, but we don't want to bank on that too much. We know it's going to be a lot of work on our end as well. And then, which you approved at the last board meeting, the community engagement firm. I've been very involved in those meetings, and we're doing that to improve the interaction and communication within the community, in addition to all the other methods that I already talked about. So, do you have any questions?
So one thing you didn't
Yes, I do that.
How much time approximately, and I know it's gonna vary depending on what requests, but.
Yeah, not overall, not, and that's actually one thing I was thinking about, I was standing over there, I'm like, I could put that in there. Sometimes I want to forget that, no. But it, overall, in the grand scheme of things, it does not take up, I mean, I don't know if you can put a percentage to it. Now, you can put a percentage to a week at a time for sure. And like you said, depending on the request, if it's something where we have to look it up and redact it, and that could be, I think the longest I've had to put in the log, I think so far is like 5 hours. And then obviously that's not just me, it's our staff and really whatever department that the FOIA request is focused on, they have to drop everything as well. So it varies, but for the most part, when you look at it for a year, it doesn't take up too much. I believe we're at 19 requests so far this school year. So starting back in July, I believe we have 19 through, and some they take half an hour, and then some take more time.
So that FOIA request amount is up, because unfortunately, we are getting taxed with AI bot requests.
Yes.
From one entity, I think we're up to 8 or 9 from an AI bot.
And
It's
we
also
got like,
getting
I'm sorry,
every
I mean to
school
interrupt, we
district
got like 6 of them within 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
as well as every school district in
Uh-huh.
Illinois. So we know what it is because everyone is getting the same request. And it's an unfortunate use of our resources and time that this is what someone has chosen to do for schools.
Those have, knock on wood, died down a little bit, but could be coming back. I should not say that out loud. But yeah, that's what's come in with FOIAs, case by case.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I think you've been a very energetic addition to the district, both in terms of like just today, your energy is energetic, but also your sort of desire to really capture and support all these things that are happening in the district does not go unrecognized. So thank you so much for all that you're doing.
And if anyone missed his broadcast of the state super I was at the game, so I saw him over there and I could tell he was having a great time. But 1450 did put out a recap of the radio call, and so it's just a briefer version of the game, and Danny is phenomenal on it. He's having so much fun, and it was really cool to listen to. I mean, it was cool to sit across from you watching you over there, but it was neat to listen back, so good job on that.
Thank you. I think anybody here at the office knew my voice was pretty hoarse the next day, but it was worth it, and it was just awesome to be there to cap off their incredible run.
Yeah,
So.
really cool.
All right, thank you.
So much.
Yep.
All right, 9.02 is the student council update. You all are so patient. You all just
So I'm just gonna give a little bit of overview and then let them introduce themselves and do their project. So you might recall at the very beginning of the year, we introduced Ellie and Layla as our student council reps. Also, we made a change that they also sit on student ambassadors as that conduit between student ambassadors and student council. And so this month, student council is presenting, and next month, student ambassadors are presenting, and I'm gonna let them take it away because they've been fabulous additions to our board meetings this year, and now is their time to shine.
Thank you. Well, good evening. As Dr. Lehman said, my name is Layla Rogers, and this is Ellie Sturgis, and we're Star Goodwin Student Council Upper and Underclassmen Student Liaison, and we're here tonight to represent and also talk about our student council.
Right, so like Layla said, we're the upperclassmen and underclassmen student liaison. I'm Ellie Sturgis, I'm a junior, and this is Layla Rogers, she's a sophomore. She is younger than me, if you can't tell by the height, I know it's a surprise. But yeah, so we are basically the representatives to the board from the Glenwood Student Council. So we are kind of here to bridge the gap between student council council representation and just seeing what you guys do and how we can just communicate what happens here to what happens at student council.
And just to give some background, we have 40 members of our student council, 10 in each grade level. And then our advisor is Miss Powers, but she's on maternity leave, so right now it's Miss Lloyd. Thank you. So the next two slides will give a quick overview of like what we do to contribute to our school, but also to our community.
All right, so these are all things that we do pretty regularly, and they're pretty much part of, student council tradition. So we do something called Teacher and Staff of the Month, where every month we have our sophomore and freshman class representatives. They send out a form to all students at Glenwood High School, and it's basically just a survey. We vote on like teachers and staff that have done great things throughout the past month, and then we also partner with the Legacy Store of Glenwood to award the winners of the Teacher and Staff of the Month with a little, this is just a mug. I think this one went to Mr. Quetter. He won Staff of the Month, so we just give the teachers that win a little prize.
Okay, and then we also provide assistance to other school organizations, mainly clubs. So our council has a donation committee that's in charge of all donations. And then mainly in the past, we donated to Glenwood Speech Team and then Glenwood Esports. So they ever need extra funding, like I think for Esports, it was for another coach. And then Speech Team for nationals, we can provide that. And then also this year, we did a celebrity scoop event at night at Scoop. And we raised money for Cafe Moxo because they were affected by the downtown fire. And then in total, we donated $750. It's pretty good.
All right, so this year so far, these are just some things that we have accomplished this school year.
Okay, and then we host Chocolate every year right before school starts. And then all the money we make for it goes to homecoming. So this year we had a dunk tank, and then we also had other water activities. And then we had Shake This, Eat That, a food truck there. And then we also ended the night with a movie on the football field, and I think it went pretty well this year.
Yeah, it was fun.
No rain.
No rain.
Yeah,
no rain. So yeah, another thing we do, this is probably our biggest event of the year, definitely our busiest week, is the homecoming parade. We plan homecoming and all the, I don't want to say district festivities, we're obviously not in the elementary schools, but we come up with the spirit days, we come up with the homecoming theme, we set up and tear down the dance, and then this is just a photo of council cleaning up smushed candy from the teacher's parking lot at the high school. So it's a super fun week. It's a super fun week. It's very tiring, but it's super fun, and that's probably the biggest event of the year.
And then we also host a blood drive. And then this year we had our blood drive in January in collaboration with Impact Life. That's what we go through. And then this year we collected 37 units of blood, and we have 40 donors in total. And we had 28 new donors, which is a lot because normally a lot of people don't sign up for it. So this year was a really good year for the blood drive.
Yes. And then these are photos from our fall Senoise convention. Senoise is a student council convention of local school student councils just in the area. Taylorville, Normal Community High School, Olympia, are just to name a few. And this is basically just a convention where local student councils can come together, meet, discuss things that have gone on in their school year, just share ideas, inspire each other. This is a photo of our fall speaker. We usually bring in like a motivational speaker. The photo on the right is just, so we usually do like mixer, like games, like social, just sharing, communicating ideas, and just taking inspiration from other councils in Illinois.
And then a student council tradition is Christmas present shopping. So each year we go Christmas shopping for people and families in the community who needs it. And then as a council, we wrap them to send them out. And this is one of my favorite things we do in student council. So that's that.
And then I think this is probably the last one. We have Sadie's, which occurred this past Saturday. It's a Sadie Hawkins dance. That's about it. We plan it, we decorate it, and it's just a fun event where kids can come hang out at the school photo booth. And yeah, we do that every winter.
So the next few slides are what is going to happen in the future.
All right, so one thing that Glenwood Student Council has been new and involved with this year is the Motherland Community Project, or Motherland Gardens. So one of our council members, Kiki Mander, she was also honored for the Key Club today. She's the district governor, which is a big deal. Congrats, Kiki. She is connecting connecting us with a man named Ives. He is founder of the Motherland Community Project, which is just a non-for-profit garden that is planted in Springfield, and we have a committee that helps connect with them and support them. And yeah, that's just a photo of one of our first meetings. We also do social media management for Motherland Gardens. So if you want to check us out, we're Motherland Gardens on Instagram.
So next to the talent show, it did get postponed because of weather, but it's still happening. We just had some schedule conflicts, but we were planning on having the talent show in April.
All right, and then lastly, I think this is last, we don't have any photos for this because it hasn't happened yet. And we're also hosting this year. So like the fall convention of Senoise, this is just the spring version where our Senoise elections will take place. So some members of the Glenwood Student Council are available to run for Senoise leadership positions. Actually, I know we for sure have one student running, Mahi's running. So best of luck to her at the spring Senoise. But we are hosting the spring Senoise this year, which means we will plan the activities and we'll also select the location. This year we selected Skateland in Springfield. So it's gonna be a really good time.
And that's it. So if you guys have any questions or suggestions that you can give us for our student council.
You guys are awesome.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, don't leave yet. I just have one suggestion, and so Becca's or Dr. Lehman's probably gonna go, what are you suggesting? But I love the chocolate lot, but what I think you should do is sell those spots for a paint the lot. SHG does it. I know there's other school districts that do it. You could charge more and it like lasts longer through the year. And I think they typically only do it for seniors, but you know, you could explore how many spaces you have and how many students you could
We
sell
have
them
tried
to.
that, but security won't let us.
Well,
So we have to do shots.
maybe you should revisit that suggestion.
We will.
Yeah, that's a yearly thing. That's
Yeah,
something that
we
we
have
really want to do. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's a great idea.
Well, now you can say, we went to the board meeting.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm
Although she won't
interested
be
in
on
hearing
April, so you gotta
why
get
it would be a
someone
bad idea. I mean,
Yeah.
there may be very good reasons I'm not thinking of, so I don't wanna, but I think that's.
I'm
I
not
think that'd be
promising
fun.
anything, but I will tell you that this is my here. Look, he's
Yeah.
looking. This could be the year if we resurface next year.
Oh, that's true, that's a good idea.
So
Oh,
it
yeah.
was about the ceiling and
Look at Mike, he's
I know I agree.
Yeah.
They have to
Peace.
meet
Maybe the
over,
following year.
they have to use, well, anyway,
Okay.
you can collect more information
Yes.
to
We'll
present
talk.
this idea.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys for your
But
time. Have a
Mike,
great night.
just
Oh,
a second.
never mind.
Just before you go, I know y'all are trying to get out of here. I
No.
know, you've been so patient. I just wanted to like congratulate you all, for the hours. Like, you all come to these meetings, and as we know, board meetings are riveting every single time. Like, pure enjoyment.
I've learned a lot about bids.
Their faces when he, showed the cost
The
of the
cost of
resurfacing
things,
the
yeah.
parking lot, they were like,
So yeah, I just want to commend you because again, people talk about, and we've talked about the time commitment that it takes to be dedicated to your district and dedicated to your role within the district. And it's no easy feat to come and sit through a board meeting. They're not riveting at all. Like, I said that very facetiously. And so to come and just really sit and understand how school governance works and to take that back is huge. And that will serve you far beyond this. You'll be reaping the benefits of that time way after you are no longer in our district. And what I'm hoping is that maybe it inspires you and doesn't deter you from ever like running for school board or serving your community in sort of a different way, a more elevated way. So anyway, I just want to like congratulate you on that commitment to both the district and the student body at GHS. So
Thank you. Thank you. And I just want to thank you guys. Thank you so much for allowing us to give this presentation. I don't know if this has happened in the past, but thank you guys for being so welcoming to this position. I know we're here every time. You even have to save us a seat, but I know I've learned a lot this year.
I have.
Yeah, and yeah, just thank you guys so much for being so welcoming to us in our position. We've learned a lot, so thank you.
awesome. Thank you. On this coming Wednesday, the DEI committee will meet here at the district office. On Monday, April 7th, there will be a closed session board meeting here at the district office. On Wednesday, April 9th, facilities and grounds will meet at 4. On Monday, April 14th, there will be a special board meeting. On Monday, April 14th, a policy committee meeting. And then also on the 14th, the board will meet in closed session for superintendent evaluation.
I believe that time is wrong, it should be 6:15.
Yeah.
Just to note that.
On Tuesday, April 15th, the finance committee meeting will meet, and then on Wednesday, April 23rd, will be a regular school board meeting, which will run a little bit differently because we'll do some board reorganization. Because that will be after the election. That is the main. So.
That one you guys definitely need to attend.
All right, section 9.04 is an opportunity for visitors to address the school board concerning any topic. All right, C9, section 10 is adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn?